Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jamie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast. As the owners of Hired Hand website software, we've been developing websites and creating internet marketing strategies for livestock breeders for the past 10 years.
The majority of our customers are involved in the breeding of registered animals, such as Texas Longhorns, Highland cattle, horses, and white-tailed deer, where the pedigrees are very important. The From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast examines many of the differences in raising pedigreed livestock for maximum profit. Join us and learn what we're covering today.
Thanks for joining us today, Dan.
Thanks. Well, I appreciate you having me on your podcast today. Thanks.
So today we're going to talk about the GNTLA sale. For those people, before we get started with that, for those people that don't know you, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Dan Huntington of 5D Ranch and Huntington Sales and Auctions.
Based out of Wisconsin.
Gresham, Wisconsin, right downtown. Here we are today.
So can you give us a history of the sale?
Yeah, I believe this is our seventh sale. 7 years ago, or 8 years ago, actually, we started the initial planning with Mike Thiel and Tom Elberg and a couple of our Wisconsin other affiliate people in our Wisconsin State Association here. We decided that it was time that we could start marketing our cattle through live auction and to use it also to increase our membership in our local regional association. And over the years, what started out with, I believe the first year we had about 30 cows in just a sale down by Dave Bilgren's place, is grown into a pretty huge event now with over 200 head anticipated for this year here, 154 in the show and 52 cows in the sale. So it keeps growing, and it helps. It really helps us reach a lot of regional people here. It's increased our membership in our local association by a very large amount, and it continues to grow and put us on the map here in Wisconsin that we have Longhorns.
Well, good. It's always nice to see the regional sales increase in size every year.
Yeah, I've said it a bunch of times, and I believe it really is the backbone and the secret to the whole Longhorn industry is to keep growing these regional areas, so that obviously the great breed of the Texas Longhorn expands throughout the entire country. It broadens our base of customers, and it helps everybody involved in the Longhorn world.
All right, so let's talk about the sale for a little bit. Can you give us the date and time?
Yeah, this year's sale will be August 4th and 5th. The futurity starts on August 4th. Cattle will be coming in as soon as later today. I've got some people coming in a week ahead, yeah. They're going on vacation, so they're dropping cows and going on vacation. But anyways, next Thursday we'll be taking cows all day, all the way into Thursday evening. And then Friday, the futurity starts at noon. We have 154 entries into futurity. So Friday will be the futurity at noon, running through probably early afternoon, 4 o'clock-ish. And then Friday evening, we have our Wisconsin fish fry and everything right at the ranch. Something new this year, we're also going to have a band at the ranch. So it should be a really good time. It's a really nice, laid-back social event for everybody to enjoy. A lot of young families and stuff, so we have a lot of kids running around or up in the swimming pool and having a good time. And then Saturday morning, we start at 9 a.m. We're going to have, for the first time we've ever had, the Little Cheesers. It's actually a haltered show for youth to participate in. Any of the animals, they just have to be entered into the futurity, and then the kids' entry is free. That's being sponsored this year by The Source. We're really fortunate that Ryan and Devin Culpepper are going to be up here from The Source. They're going to help us with the little show and stuff. And then after the show, we'll be doing the awards at 10 a.m. And then we'll have a lunch earlier before the sale. And the sale kicks off at noon on Saturday, August 5th. And hopefully we'll have everything wrapped up early afternoonish, 3, 4 o'clock. And everybody either on their way or they're more than welcome to stay. We always go out for Saturday evening dinner and Amy's Roadhouse in Thornton. And everyone's invited to that also. Should be a really great, fun weekend. And I'll be honest, I'll be happy when Sunday night's there and everybody's gone too, though. It's a lot of fun having it at my place, but it's an awful lot of work too. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good time. Looking forward to it. The interest this year has been off the charts with people from all over the country. So, looking forward to a great event.
Nice. And the futurity and the sale are both at your farm.
Yes, correct. Everything's at the same location. We've added onto the building, insulated, so hopefully it won't be so darn hot this year. Last year was pretty hot. Everything's looking good. We've got extra pens. We've added a bunch of pens this year, so looking forward to a big show and a lot of fun this weekend. A lot of Longhorn camaraderie going on. So,
for sure. Who are you going to have read pedigrees?
Pedigree reader this year is Chase Massout. My partner in crime there. Chase is, I would say, the elite pedigree reader in the industry now, and we're really happy to have him up here by us. Just don't tell him I said that. I can't give him that much credit.
So for the cattle handlers and the back crew, is there somebody people should contact besides you if they're going to arrive late or early?
Yeah, exactly. Luke Maltoth, as I've so deemed him as facilities manager. He doesn't like the title, but he's the facilities manager. And, Lukey will be around, or Ammon Mast. We got Rodeo will be back. Everybody loves Rodeo in the back there. So looks a little rough, but he's a good dude. So, we've got a great crew of guys that work, handling your cattle. And, they're all Longhorn guys, so they know how to handle everybody's cattle properly.
And what about haulers? Who's available?
We've got several different people going different areas. Going to the east, we always have Jay Wachters coming once again. He'll go back to the east. We've got a lot of new people coming from the western states. The Adolphs are coming from North Dakota. We've got going back south, we'll have Russell Fairchild's going back south, Dylan Scarpa. I don't know how much room Dylan will have. We've always got Joe going to Kansas. If you buy, we'll get your cows there. We'll figure it out. We've got people going all over the country, and I'll be traveling somewhat too in the next few weeks. So we'll get them there. You buy them, we'll get them to you.
Perfect. All right, let's switch gears and talk about the consigners.
Okay.
So how many consigners do you have this year?
I knew you were going to put me on the spot like that because I don't exactly know. We have quite a few. Have a lot of new names. We've got Kurt Twining and Dave Pace coming up from Texas. We got Callie Smith. Like I said, Russell's bringing cows up. Wayne Manning's coming up this year. We've got from the out east. We've got, like I said, Jay. We always have Jay coming. We got the Pine Brothers. We've got a whole variety. Hudson Longhorns is bringing a really knockout heifer. All the Michigan guys. We get a lot of support from our friends in Michigan. They do a really good job supporting us, and we certainly appreciate all their support. So we get a lot of people going back to Michigan. We've got people coming. We got consigners basically coming from all over the country.
Nice. Any updates or scratches or anything that we need to make people aware of?
I think I touched on a little bit. Unfortunately, Hudson's heifer had broke her horn tip off. So they replaced her with actually HL Kylie, which is probably even a better heifer. So we're really looking forward to seeing her. I think that's a really nice heifer. I think we might have only one other scratch. There was a cow, I believe, that came up open of Mike Tomey's. And that's the way our breeders are. They're our consigners. If there's something wrong, they're definitely going to pull or scratch the cow. We like to, have that kind of code of ethics here with our sale.
Love what you're hearing? Be sure to check out our Pickup Truck Confessions. It's a video series where we hop in the truck or rental car and interview a variety of breeders about what drives their passion for their livestock, how they got started in the breed of their choice, marketing tips, and more.
And now, back to the podcast.
Okay.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Let's talk about the 5 animals who have had the most hits so far on Hired Hand Live.
Okay.
Who do you think they are?
I don't have the analytics in front of me, but you do, so I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me.
Yes, you're supposed to guess, though.
I'm going to guess. I'm I think one of the cows that I think is really a beautiful cow is Dave Hovens from Sundown Ranch. I think she's probably one of the top hitters. Hudson's heifer was, I think, until it broke its horn, but now we got the new heifer, which, like I said, is really, really a barn burner of a little heifer.
She's actually the second most viewed.
Oh, see, look at me, I just know what I'm doing.
Four to go.
Kurt Twining, yeah, Kurt Twining's got a really nice cow in there. Joe's got a real nice heifer. Jeff Holliday's got, I don't know. This is by far our best lineup to date that we've ever had. I think there's a solid big bunch of really good cows. I know you said I can't take a drink, but I have to. I'm choking. And that is Diet Sundrop soda. That is not a beer today, okay?
Okay, good, because it's kind of early in the day for that.
The mail just came, so it's okay in Wisconsin. Once the mailman comes, it's okay to drink beer. So, okay.
Okay, all right. Cool. All right, well, I'm going to give you the rundown. I'm going to give you the rundown of the top 5. Lay it on me. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right, so number 28 was the most viewed, Lazy J's On Edge.
Really?
The second most viewed.
Can I look in my book?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The second most viewed was lot 21, H.L. Kiley, Hudson Sublot.
Okay. Yep.
The third was lot 23, Rockin' Pumpkin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dylan Fitzmar. And he's been a constant supporter of ours, too. I'm sorry I didn't mention Dylan there. Yeah, she's a beautiful cow.
And then lot 3 comes in at number 4, River Forks, Tough as Nails.
Yep. That was somebody else I forgot to mention is Chris Hesse supporting us. That was pretty neat that they're willing to come up and help us out, too. So.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one, the fifth one, is lot 50, River Forks, Black Ice.
Oh, okay. The Manning. Yep, Wayne Manning's cow.
Yep.
Yeah, that cow is a pretty incredible cow, too. Her story is, if you look at her progeny, the heifer or cow now that she produced is simply amazing. So what Wayne's going to do with that particular package is include the semen to reproduce that same heifer, or cow, I should say. So that'll be a little added value to that lot 50. Some of the other consigners, I'm sorry, I'm going to drag it out a little bit on you, Jamie, on the consigners. I really do appreciate, from the beginning, Mark Hubble has always put us in some really good cows. Johnny Hicks. We're super happy, to have the LaPointes involved. Cody and Denny, some great people. Adam Clark. We've got somebody new to the scene this year. Mike Metcalf's bringing some cattle up. Mike and Jamie Tommy have been great supporters of our event since the beginning. The Pine Brothers, Luke and Dave, great guys, great supporters. Flatland Longhorns, Longers, super good people. We've got some of our local people. Matt and Charte Casey, consigning. Hopefully I don't miss anybody, but we really do appreciate everybody that, Josh Shaw, everybody that supports us and continues to come back year after year. And that's what continues to grow our market up here. And what it's really enabled us to do is to expand the GNTLA, statewide and outside of the state of Wisconsin. There's a lot of people. We got Gail Beach this year bringing some cows, which Gail, she doesn't release too many. So kind of excited about that. She's got 2 really nice heifers in the sale we're looking forward to seeing. Like I said, I hate to miss anybody. So if I missed anybody, you can call and complain to like Allie Mast or somebody like that. That's on her. Okay.
Poor Allie. Speaking of Allie.
Yes.
Speaking of Allie, I think we should give a little shout out to Allie. She's one of the behind the scenes people.
Oh my God. Without that girl, I don't know how I could do it. She really, Mike decided that it was time for him to kind of step down from the sale and stuff, and Allie jumped up, and she's done just an absolute amazing job. She really gets everything in line and ready for me. I make the promises and she makes them happen. So she's absolutely invaluable to have. And you're snickering because you know it's true. I'm sorry. It's the
I
way it
do.
is.
Poor Allie. Allie's been through a lot the last couple months.
It's been a little traumatic for her, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's the way I look at
I
it. And
guess. I guess.
yeah, her and you got to give Ammon some credit too because he's there supporting her all the way with all of the
Mm-hmm.
craziness she has to do. Um, we've got other association members that do an awful lot for us. Like I said, Lukey. I mean, he's really he gets stressed out a little bit trying to figure out where we're going to put all the cows. We got the Halversons up here, my neighbors. They help out an awful lot with the whole getting the sale ready. AJ and Tom Melberg help me a bunch, and we've got a really good support staff, and that's so critical when you're putting on a sale. It is almost virtually impossible to do everything yourself. It takes so much support behind the scenes that people don't always realize to make an event like this happen.
All right, let's switch gears again and talk about the futurity.
Okay.
What time
would
does
you
the
like
futurity
to know?
start again?
The futurity starts at noon, and we've got 154 animals in the futurity this year, probably the largest futurity we've ever had. As a matter of fact, it is the largest. Our futurity, we started a few years ago. We started out the first year with like 36 animals, and then last year we really thought we were something at 104, and now this year we got 154. So we've got some. What kind of neat? What I've noticed as I was entering all the futurity stuff, we do have some like classes that surprise you. I mean, our young bull classes. We've got one bull class. I think it's got 22 or 26 bulls in it. So we've got some really big classes, but it to me, my whole spin on the futurities is if you're going to win a class, you sure like to win the class with 30 in it or whatever, because then you've really accomplished something. Winning a class of 2, well, that's just not quite the same. So, I mean, I've had a lot of people talk about splitting classes and stuff like that, but honestly, if I'm going to win a class, I feel it's more impressive when you win a big class. So.
Yep. So then, speaking of classes, how many do you have?
10 classes.
Including heifers and bulls?
Heifers and bulls, correct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, what we did do this year, we did drop, I'll go back to classes one thing, and sorry about cutting you off.
Mm-hmm.
We did cut off the oldest bull class, because once again, like I said, it's tough getting enough participation in the oldest bull class this time of year. I mean, them bulls are over 2 years old, and most of them are out working. Plus, we don't have to deal with adult bulls, and so that's a good thing. Okay, now you can go back to your judge question.
All right, who are the judges this year?
All right, so I mentioned already we've got Ryan and Devin Culpepper are coming up, and they're judging. We have Phil Norwood, Mr. Fort Worth there, Danielle Mershon, and we have our old standby buddy, Jay Wachter. We like having Jay every year, pretty much. He's just a really good, steady, consistent cow guy that judges, and he's judged, his judging credentials, I mean, obviously a little different. He came from the dairy world and that originally, but he judged, big events like the World Show Dairy and stuff, so he's obviously real familiar with it. Everybody knows Danielle. I mean, she does an awful lot of Longhorn judging and shows. Phil obviously has been involved a lot in the last several years. And Ryan and Devin, I mean, obviously they grew up with Longhorn lead ropes in their hands. So, I mean, they definitely are. We've got some really, really good quality judges. I'm super happy to have them all here this year.
Okay, so your sponsors. We know not everything would happen if it wasn't for sponsors.
Correct. We've got, oh my God, I can't even name all of the sponsors. We will at the sale, obviously, but we've had support. Every class is sponsored like immediately. We've got a lot of $1,000 sponsors. We got a lot of $500 sponsors. We've got meal sponsors. Oh, I got to give a shout out to the big cheese, Greg Cott. He sponsors the cheese, all the fresh cheese for the sale, because you got to have cheese if you're in Wisconsin. We've got a bar sponsor, Miss Ann Gravitt, once again. We got a whole pallet of beer out back for her. So, yeah, there's just so many great sponsors. It really makes it real possible to happen. Our host hotel and stuff is North Star Casino. They, once again, are a pretty major sponsor. They kicked us quite a bit of money. So, yeah, I mean, I really, truly appreciate all of the sponsorship we get. And, we'll do everything we can to thank them as much as we can during the sale and stuff. So,
anything that you want to talk about that we may have missed?
Just that, if you become a sponsor, we usually have a pretty cool sponsor gift too. So for next year, if you missed out, maybe you're sitting back there thinking, I got to get in on a sponsor gift next year or so. We've got a lot of new plans and ideas for next year. This year, like I said, we did add a Friday night band. We're going to have outside and stuff. It's a really good, family-friendly thing going on. One of the things is, years ago when I went out to the East Coast the first few times, I was just amazed at how many young families and kids were running around Culpeper and at, at the sale barn. And we've kind of got the same type of vibe and feel there. And it's a good, safe environment for the kids to tear around. Not going to say they're not going to break any bones or anything like that safe, but they're not going to come up missing or anything there. So it's a nice, quiet, just a good social event. I think if you haven't been here to Wisconsin yet to our sale, certainly inviting you open-armed, definitely come on up. We'll make damn sure you won't go home hungry. You will eat enough. You'll get plenty of cheese. I mean, the famous cheese curds, though, you got to wait till Saturday morning. Saturday is when we do all the deep-fried cheese curds. We'll have fresh cheese, obviously, all weekend. But, yeah, it's really a good time. I think if you ask anybody that's been here, they've really enjoyed it. And we enjoy having you all up here, so looking forward to seeing everyone.
Well, perfect. Well, we'll see everyone the 4th and 5th of August.
All right. Looking forward to it.